they're hungry. I mean, we can be. I know, we look at the standings and we're happy with where we're at, but there's still a lot of hockey left to be played. A lot can change, and we have to have that same hunger we had for the first half of the season.
So you're generating a lot of opportunities out there, some real good looks. Is it just a matter of finishing?
Yeah, I mean, the other team's trying to win too, and their goalies can play well, and their goalie tonight played well. Bucky kept us in it. It's a tight game.
Well, it's the 5-game stretch, 5 games in 8 days. I know that's just part of playing in the NHL, but how much do you think fatigue maybe played a role in tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long road trip. We're on the road for a week, come back for 1 game, back on the road for 8 days. 16 games in 28 days, December, 15 and 30 in January. It's a lot of hockey, but we still have to have that same attitude and that same mindset going into games.
So stellar all season, but another great effort from Connor Howard. Does it feel like maybe a performance might have wasted?
I mean, we played 82 games. Bucky's, I think he's the best goalie in the NHL. You hate to say it, you expect it from him, but he plays a lot of good games, and he's been extremely important to us this season, and he will be till the end.
I know that you didn't get the result you wanted, but you look at the way your line played tonight. Just the way Cole Perfetti's kind of played in the last few games here, finding Kyle Carnes making it like before you tonight. Just comment on his play.
Yeah, Fett's a great player. He's smart, he's skilled, he can pass, he can shoot. He's still figuring out what he can and can't do out there, and I'm sure as the season goes on, he'll get better and better. And as a centerman, I try to support him, try to help him out, on and off the ice in practices and games. But he's a great player, and he's developing and still learning a lot. So it'll be exciting to see what the future has for him.
When the game's that tight, what is the difference in those games?
I mean, 3 posts in the last minute and a half. That's a big difference maker. Tips in front of the net, getting sticks. There's a lot of things that can change the course of a game. I'd say 3 posts or 2 posts in the last minute and a half. It's a pretty big game changer.
I know you guys wanted to end this trip on a high note, but what are your overall thoughts about a season-long 5-gamer for you?
Yeah, it's disappointing going 2 and 3. We want to keep building that gap between us and other teams. We had a good first half of the season, both standing-wise and how we were playing. This road trip kind of feels like a little slide down, but there's a lot of hockey left to be played, and we can play better, and we know it. And now we have a 3-game homestand until the break.
Looking forward to getting home.
yeah. I'm extremely excited to get home. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a battle of 2 good goaltenders, 2 good teams going at it. We had our chances, they had theirs, and hit a couple crossbars late, and we created lots, had a lot of good chances. I think a couple self-inflicted wounds and things we'd like to clean up. We know we can do better, but I think all 4 lines worked really hard. That was a long road trip. I think the guys were really tired, and we battled through, and I think we deserved a better outcome, but at the same time, their goalie played great. They played a good game, so it was a good hockey game.
5th-game road trip. You guys come out. I think you're dictating most of that 20 minutes. Things seem to shift in the second period. But what was the difference in that middle period?
Yeah, we knew they were going to have a push, and then they came hard. And like I said, we kind of started getting a little lackadaisical with the puck in our own zone, and weren't executing the way that we wanted to, and they were making plays. They were playing hard, and they got a little bit of momentum there for a little bit, and they're a good team too. So they're gonna have those swings in a game, and they're gonna take advantage of it, and they did. So just stuff that we can fix, and like I said, we were tired. It's a long trip. I think we're happy with our performance. Obviously, we want better results, but we put the effort in and worked really hard, and sometimes doesn't go your way.
You mentioned tired a couple of times. I know you wouldn't use it as a crutch, but how much fatigue do you think played a factor in such a long 5 days?
I mean, yeah, we had a day off yesterday, but back to back, and then travel getting in late, and then obviously fifth game today of the trip, and it takes a toll on your body. It's long, changing time zones, all that kind of stuff. It's no excuse, but it's tough, definitely tiring, and it takes a toll on the body. And I think we didn't quit in this group. We fought right to the end, right for the last whistle there. Had a lot of good looks with the goal he pulled, and just couldn't get one by him. So it's going to go like that in this league, and stuff happens.
Speaking of hot starts, you guys get on the board 48 seconds in, you take that puck off your skate to your stick, and you find Pierre-Luc Dubois there. What did you see on that goal?
Yeah, I just made a great play by Smokey there to find me on the weak side off that forecheck. Kind of came off my skate a little awkward. I had to turn and grab it, and then just turned my head and saw both KC and Doobie going to the net, and then one guy took KC, the one defender there, and it kind of left Doobie wide open back door. And I kind of just had to lead it a little bit into him there and find him right behind that defenseman's heel, and ended up working out well.
How for your group's been the last 3 games? You had that goal, and you had the set up with Kyle Connor, and then set up tonight. The chemistry with that trio. Yeah,
it's coming along. Obviously, fresh. We played together last year a little bit, but we're fresh as a unit, as a line this year, and playing with 2 guys like that, you know what they can create and their offensive ability. So it's a treat to play with them. It's fun. I think we're going to get better and better every game, and we created lots of opportunities today. Puck didn't go in after that first one. Whatever, stuff happens. But I think it's a pleasure playing with them and having so much fun doing that, and giving passes to those guys. It makes the game fun. So hopefully build off this trip a little bit and keep creating that way. Thanks.
Seemed like you guys were generating a lot of chances throughout the game. Just kind of overall thoughts on that one.
Yeah. We also passed up a lot of chances to shoot, and we had some odd man rushes in that second period that we didn't take advantage of. So the opportunities to put more pucks on the net were there.
It seemed like you dictated the play through the first 20 minutes, a good opening period. I don't know if you agree with that, but the middle period seemed like...
Middle period, that's when, we had some 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s that we were trying to make plays that weren't there, and we slowed up on the rush, which allowed their back checkers to get back. So, the intensity dropped off a little bit in the second period, and when you're playing a desperate team like we were tonight, then, that's... but, yeah.
I know it's life in the NHL, but fifth game in 8 days. How much do you think fatigue played into that one as the game wore on?
We did. That's no excuse. We played hard for the most part, and we just let up when we shouldn't have, and they didn't. And their goalie made some huge saves for them. Our goalie, as you mentioned, made some huge saves for us, and it certainly wasn't a 2-1 game in terms of offensive opportunities for either team, but both goalies were outstanding.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised by that. 2 all-star, goalies in each net, but
seen
Connor seemed like he.
Seen enough of their guy and over the years to know how great a goalie he is, and we've seen Connor all year been outstanding, and Kipson in a lot of games. So it was both of them were on tonight.
You mentioned earlier before the game that there'd be some game time decisions. I know you had Logan Stanley go in there. It seemed like he was going to play tonight.
Yeah, well, we were hoping after the morning skate that he'd be feeling fine.
How do you think he played?
Fine. I mean, he did his job. We want that big physical presence back there, and he certainly gave us that right off the bat. He was, for his first game after a long laid off, he played very well. Thanks.